Hello, this is a video from InRetroSpectPodcast.com. My name is Daniel Frost and this is the first in a new series of videos called Freeplay, Preplay. These videos will give us an opportunity to show you the games we'll be playing on that month's Freeplay so you can get an idea of the visuals and the way the game plays. So then when you listen to our shows, you'll understand it a little bit better. On this month's show, we'll be playing Atum and Back to Bed. So let's kick off. First game we're going to look at is Atum. Okay, and here we go. This is Atum. You can see here it's actually quite visually impressive coming from a browser-based game. I'm not in control of the game at this point. This is just pre-rendered as you enter this room and look around. Not quite sure what's going on. There are different kinds of notes and different items on the walls. They may come into play perhaps a little bit later on, but we'll have a look. As I say, I'm not going to go into this in particular detail because at the end of the day, you can play this yourself, and I'd probably recommend you do that to get an idea of when we're looking at the game on the show, actually what you can be doing. So now I'm in control, so I'm moving around now. I can look around the room, like that. I can look around down at the desk around me. As you can see, it's all very smooth, very well put together. The lighting effects are quite nice. And you can look around here. Some of the books, if you actually look at the books, I Am a Strange Loop, The Circular Ruins, and some of the items there. They may mean something, they may not. You'll have to play the game to find out. Now I'm going to kick things off, pressing enter. Okay, and here I am. I'm still in control of the camera and the viewpoint of there, but also now I'm in control of my little character. Hello, make him do a little dance. Yeah, okay. Now we can just start to move around this little level and have a look around. It's quite smooth graphics. I mean, it is. We will go into the podcast in terms of the idea of the game within the game. That's something we do touch on quite heavily. But this is just so you get an idea, especially with a game like this. That is quite difficult to describe because of the game within a game aspect. So we're just going to have a look around the world. It's very nicely rendered. But okay, we've now entered an area that's black and we can't actually see.
Can't see a thing.
As the lovely voiceover man is telling me. So what we can do now is look around our world and see, is there anything around here that perhaps we can use to produce some light? And what we actually find is a lighter. So if I pick up the lighter and then hold that, you can see how it lights up the world of the game.
What's that smell?
So if I now walk into the darkened area, I can light it up and he can see what's going on. Now you can see we've come up to some barrels which have got some flame signs on them, so if I just move him away because I don't want him to get burnt, and we can actually light these up. See, they all explode. So that's opening up the path for our man. Again,
what's that smell?
Light these up. Okay, we don't need this anymore, so I'm just going to click off. We can drop that. Just go down the steps. I can.
I should find a way to sneak past them.
Game save.
Probably looking for me.
So I'm going to just readjust that. Again, you were constantly left outside of the game itself. Now, see here, there's some surveillance here. Oh, I've been caught, so I need to try that again. So that's surveillance. I was going to catch you, so we need to do whatever we can to avoid that. So, is there anything around here that will maybe disguise us? If we look around here, alas, there is a cigarette with some smoke. So if I put the cigarette, he may cough, but you can see he has been disguised. He can get disguised by the smoke. So I hold the smoke over this. So I can now drop that. And again, there's something there. So maybe if I pick up my lighter.
What's that smell?
I can actually burn this. That opens up there. That's game saved again. So you get to see here an idea of what the game is trying to do. And using these outside elements, as the game progresses, you can then also use the magnets, which we have here, to maybe pick up some boxes. And also you have the batteries over here to power certain items. But as we go into the podcast, we talk about it a bit further. It's a very strange idea of breaking down a fourth wall. And this video is just a chance for you to be able to understand a little bit more about the game, because it isn't the most easy game to explain, as we kind of show in the podcast. But there you go, that is Atum. Next up is Back to Bed. Okay, so this is our second game, Back to Bed, brought to you by backtobed.dadiugames.dk. The address will be coming up on the screen now, but I will be recapping both the addresses for both this and Atum at the end of this video, so you don't have to worry about that. So this is Back to Bed. Let's just kind of kickstart this game here. See, I'm going to pick English. This is Back to Bed. See here, this is our character who suffers from narcolepsy, and you can see the eye seems to follow my cursor. That's a nice little feature. Okay, so let's play Back to Bed. Okay, as you can see, I have played some of these already, so I'm just going to skip a couple of levels ahead, just so we have a good idea of this. This is Back to Bed. Bob has narcolepsy, and you play his subconscious, played Bob, which is a kind of character who's like a cat with a man's face. You'll see in a second what I mean. In the episode, we do go into detail about the visual style of this game, and you can see here it's very distinctive. We do make reference to Salvador Dali, and you can see what we're talking about here, the likes of the melting clocks, as I'm pointing out here. And the idea of this game is, as you can see, that Bob here is sleepwalking. He suffers from narcolepsy, he's fallen asleep, so we have to direct him into his bed. So what we need to do we need to direct him into a certain path. We can walk up certain walls because the stairs, as they say, are not always what they seem. And there's an apple over here, so I'm just going to go pick up this apple. I'm going to be able to do something with it.
The apple is a hat.
Okay, so the apple is a hat. I can left click on that, pick that up. And now I can walk back. So I brought it downstairs. So I brought this back with me now. I can put this down anywhere I want to now, which allows me to. So I'm just going to just put this for now. I'll put this here. Drop this here. See what happens. So he's turned around there. But alas, he's going wrong. And you can see the difference in colour change, because obviously he's on a path where he's going to. He continues on the path. As you can see here, he has died. That will also happen if he's walking off a ledge. So that gives you a visual and a aural indication that there's an error and there's a danger that's going to happen. So you need to do that. So I'm going to just try it again. I'm going to pop it just in a different location this time.
Bob turns clockwise. The stairs are not what is. The apple is a hat.
In the podcast, I do kind of refer to that. The voice is very similar to something like from Twin Peaks, where they used to, like for another worldly kind of dialogue, they would play the dialogue backwards. It's not being played backwards, but it gives the same kind of impression. You can see here now, Bob, his footsteps indicate his route. So he's going to now bang into this chimney, walk across here, and he'll end up in bed. So that's the level passed. As you can see, as he falls asleep, you'll see his subconscious us jump back into his chest. So we're going to carry on, we'll do one more level, and we're going to dream on. Okay, so again, Bob has narcolepsy, so he drifts off again. This is how each of the levels always start. See now, I mean, this is something that I really like. The idea of the way the artwork here. It's really nice and really kind of plays with your mind. You can see here, Bob has gone through a portal up here. Let's come out a portal down there. You can actually see in this portal the reflection of where Bob's gone. So we're just going to follow him. And he's got again into like a little loop here. So we need to work out where he's got to go. So if we just walk through this portal here, we come out here, we can see that's his bed. So we need to get him to walk through that portal. So we need to put something around here that's going to direct him that way. We have some stairs, and there is an apple here. So I think, just like with the latter, it's going to be a very similar thing. So if I want Bob to go a certain direction, I'm going to pop the apple here. Let's go get it. The apple is a hat. So as I said, I'm going to pop the apple just there. So when Bob walks into that, he walks up this way. see. He's going to walk through that portal. As he does, he walks over to his bed. The stars are alight. He's fallen asleep. We've got him to bed. I'm not going to go into any further detail on this. We do go into further detail, and we do talk about the world and the way it's constructed, the art, especially the artwork and the way it looks in the podcast. And that's about it. Thank you for watching. These are the games we'll be playing on this month's show. This month's show will be on Friday, the 31st of May. Make sure you check out www.inretrospectpodcast.com for that episode, or subscribe to us on iTunes. Until next time, thanks a lot. Goodbye.